Hi guys, it's Tara and welcome back to Crafting with Curly Cues. Today I am participating in the My Favorite Things Sketch Challenge number 314 and I'm going to be playing with the Kitschy Kitchen Card Kit, which is just fun to say. So here is the sketch for 314, so I wanted to show you where my inspiration was coming from. So I'm going to start with the Kitschy Kitchen stamp set and the You Bake Me Happy stamp set, and these both come in that Kitschy Kitchen card kit, which is unfortunately sold out, but I promise to link to these stamp sets when they eventually come out on their own because they're really fabulous stamp sets and I just had to have them when I saw this card kit come out. So I am starting with a bunch of different things that I kind of pre-prepped. I've got a card base made from some, appropriately enough, lemon chiffon cardstock from Simon Says Stamp, and then I'm using some My Favorite Things primitive white cardstock for the rest of my card, and I'm using that because it's kind of got like paper fiber flecks in it. I just think it's really pretty. It's slightly off-white. It just kind of went with the sweet little theme of my card here. So I used a scalloped die to cut a rectangle out of some vellum, and I wanted my vellum to be colored. So I am just taking a Copic marker and I am coloring the outside edges that you're going to be able to see of that vellum. So I think that's super fun because then you can kind of coordinate your vellum to whatever card you're using and just make it a little bit different than just some plain vellum. So that was really fun to do. And then I'm going to take a little piece of this primitive white cardstock and it's going to kind of be the pattern focal piece of my card. Now it had some rough edges from my trimmer, so I just took this mono sand eraser. Speaking of my trimmer, it totally just fell down and you could hear it. But I took that mono sand eraser and just like gently rubbed away any frayed edges and it looks good as new. So all I'm doing for this was a super fast card to put together. Like took me less than half an hour. It was really fun to make and super fast. Sometimes these solid images are just so much fun to play with because you don't have to deal with the coloring, which I love, but takes forever, right? So I'm just using, there's two little lemons that came in the kit, and I just stamped them all over that little piece of cardstock using some My Favorite Things. I believe this is daffodil, dandelion, one of those yellow flowers. I have it linked in the supplies, that ink. And then I wanted a little bit more design. So I took this little flower from the My Favorite Things Cute Critters stamp set and I did some stamping off and then stamping on there. And that kind of just gave it a different yellow tone, but in the same family. I realized once I was done that I wanted this to be a much brighter yellow, so I came in with a brighter Copic and just went right over the top of it. So I started with the Y13, didn't like it, used the Y18, and thought that was the perfect tone that I wanted. So now I'm pretty much done. I just kind of have to put everything together here. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to the middle of that vellum piece. And then I did use a Cuttlebug Swiss Dots embossing folder to emboss this back piece that's going to go on my card base here. I wanted to leave some of the card base poking out so you could get the yellow all around. Plus that's part of the sketch challenge design. Like I interpreted it as having a border around the outside. I don't know why. I love having borders around the outside of my stuff. I feel like it just ties everything together to have that little bit of border showing around the outside of your focal panel. But that's just me. So anyway, so for the sentiment, I'm using this You Bake Me Happy stamp set, which coordinates really well with all the images in the Kitschy Kitchen stamp set. And I chose the You Are My Zest Friend. I just thought that was so cute. And I tried to stamp it really straight on that thin strip that I cut and I failed miserably. So I went ahead and just stamped it on a piece of cardstock and trimmed it out to be a super thin strip that like just fit the sentiment. I used the same yellow ink that I stamped the lemons in and just did a tone on tone look. I really wanted this to be a nice, simple, like almost retro feeling card. Like I tend to go super fancy. Like if any of you guys follow me, watch my videos, you know I like elaborate scene cards. I like a whole bunch of coloring and fussy cutting, and I rarely just stop and go clean and simple. And like I don't use solid image stamps very often at all because I feel like, I don't know, I just tend to be drawn more towards like coloring. So for me, this was a super fast, simple card, but I have got to say, I'm going to be trying to do a lot more of these because I don't have the time that I used to have to get in the craft room. And these kind of cards they just come together so quickly and they're so adorable when they're done. And I'm just so thrilled with the way that this card came out in the end. So now that it's all put together, you can see it's pretty simple. So I'm just jazzing it up with some embellishments. So I used my Spectrum Noir Sparkle Overlay pen to go over all the lemons. Now I'm using some fabulous Nuvo crystal drops, and I'll have a video coming soon with a bunch of the Nuvo products because I got to share some of this great stuff with you guys. Like, Tonic was generous enough to send me some products to share with you guys, and I'm like over the moon. So anyway, I used a cute little yellow one to dot the middle of the flowers. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a white gel pen just to add some highlights to the lemons. And that just like those tiny extra details on a simple card like this go a long way to take it from like, oh, that's kind of cute to like, bam. Like, I don't know. I dig it. I think that this card came together so cute. Nice and monochromatic. Like that is, again, rare for me. I don't often do like not very many colors and stuff, but I thought that the yellow and this primitive white were just so sweet together. So there is a close-up of my little lemons. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm going to link to the challenge if you'd like to participate down below. Here's a couple more MFT challenge videos you can check out. Leave me a thumbs up and a comment if you like this, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.